Toyota FJ Cruiser, have you ever heard of Tartarian Truth? I discovered your channel through their videos. Yeah, I've heard of him. I haven't seen some of them, and I really don't consider him a friend.
I tell you, that Tartarian Truth, mate, cracks me up.
What's up, Tartarian Truth? Good evening.
Tartarian Truth. Hi.
Tartarian Truth? Are you in the chat, Tartarian Truth?
Tartarian Truth.
Tartarian Truth.
I think if I had to guess, if I had to throw a dart at it, I'd say he's watching Tartarian Truth. But that is just a guess. It's a best guess, educated guess kind of thing.
Everybody, I want to draw your attention to Tartarian Truth in the chat.
Yeah, big up Tartarian Truth.
Tartarian Truth.
Tartarian Truth.
What's going on, Tartarian Truth?
Oh, Tartarian Truth. Hey, I actually like your stuff.
Tartarian Truth. Hey, Wings, hope you have a good stream. Well, thank you, man.
Tartarian Truth.
Good evening, Tartarian Truth.
It's Tartarian Truth Edge.
Tartarian Truth.
Big up Tartarian Truth. Yes, Tiger. What's a guan, brother?
I'll name him. I don't care if y'all look him up. Tartarian Truth. I've already blocked him on the channel.
Hey guys, Tartarian Truth here.
Tartarian Truth is hilarious, mate. You watch his most recent videos, laugh my arse off. Mate, it's entertainment, isn't it? That's what it is. It's entertainment. That geezer cracks me up.
I don't know what the fuck the word Tartarian even stands for.
He just does his best on YouTube to try to make me seem like a very bad person.
Good evening, Tartarian Truth. Good to have you here.
Tartarian Truth. Let's have a look at this faggot.
What's up, everyone? Shout out JT. Jessica, good to see you. Ryan on the rocks. EBT. Block that. Wait, who asked questions? What are you talking about? No censorship here. Shout out Jason. Alright, so this stream is basically because John Levi, as many of you know, he watched a video created by this channel here, Edgar Rise, and he posted, it's like a 30-minute long video. Harker, calm down. He posted like a 30-minute video just showing artificially, like, images generated by artificial intelligence. So it's pretty ridiculous. So I made a little video about it. I figured we could watch it together and maybe talk about some other stuff after that. Okay. Yeah, so this is a long one. If you need to stay awake or you need to drive somewhere, I don't suggest listening to this. But yeah, let's check it out. It's a super cut. The internet might be being slow. If so, I'll just end the stream and premiere it as a normal video.
In this fine episode, we're going to explore old Antarctica. Welcome. Somebody is impersonating me, and even worse, asking for money. So right off the get-go, if anybody is ever asking you for money under the name of John Levi, it's not me. I'll never do such a thing. This morning I watched this video down here by a doctor, and then someone told me in a comment, great ending to this video of mine. I had no idea what I said, so I listened to the end, and it totally relates to this video below it. Sudden death, I'll say, and very scary, and yet not surprising, maybe running a little late, maybe right on cue, I don't know. Scary, the things that they were pulling out of people's arteries. I suggest you do a search for Sudden D, the documentary. It was alright. I was more interested in the facts, and I don't like when any documentary uses creepy music. Just pisses me off. And I hope I don't ever use creepy music. And really, the subject was creepy enough. I don't
He
think
always
they
uses
needed
creepy music.
And it's so windy today. I realize I make videos when it's windy, because I can't really go out and do anything. It just snowed, and I like the first good snow. Just shuts down all my little projects outside. And with this extra burst of energy, here I am. YouTube just recommended this guy with these 2 short videos. It looks like his channel's been around for a long time, since 2012 or something. And he's just started hitting the stuff that we do. So I had a look. Here we begin with Beyond the Ice Wall, a Captain Robert Scott exploration of 1912. And here I've just punched it in to see what they give us. Here we go. Bob Scott here went to the Antarctic regions 1901 to 1904. Super cool.
He honestly is discrediting himself
that
with
I
this
was
video,
watching
man.
showed
I don't have
some
to do anything.
fascinating
He's doing all the work.
pictures. And these are not it, and not even close. I don't expect what I saw to be handed over on a platter, but I am very curious as to the source. Anyways, in old maps we see the region depicted ice-free with passageways through the landmass, and I'm just not seeing what I'm looking for.
No shit.
So let's have a look at his video. So right off the get-go, we see this, looking like some kind of fountain. And here, just a very anomalous block, perhaps a ice chunk, as they would tell us. And this one here, clearly a city.
What? Like, huh? Are you crazy?
Ruins.
Look,
And in fact,
how could
this
you
whole
think that
video
about that
is full
photo?
of such things like this. Here we go. Here is our Antarctica. Pre-Eskimo. Pre in
Never
general.
Eskimos in
Pre
America.
us. Past civilization. In ruins. And wouldn't this change something? This down here almost looks like a statue. But nonetheless, the remains of massive columns. Beautiful. Just look at the perfection here in Antarctica. And I have a whole bunch of things I want to show, and I write them down. But today I wrote this down and I put 3 exclamation points after this note. And I could use your help in locating the originals. I haven't dived deep yet. I haven't even looked into any of the archives. And I haven't even finished this video.
Who? What the fuck? Like, huh?
And thought just these first few pictures were worth sharing immediately. And here another one. Look at this. And forgive me, I cropped it a little short because I always have so much crap open and I thought I'd make it a little tidy, but now I'm missing the tops of these snow peaks or whatever. I don't even know. But here, where the snow has melted, it has revealed ruins. It's safe to assume that all this rock-looking stuff all around is also ruins in worse condition. But here we have a preserved site. I mean, this is a game changer. This is not being talked about. I've never ever seen the ruins in Antarctica, in the Arctic or the Antarctic, whatever. Forbidden zone. And here we have some 1912 photos. It leads me to believe that there was still freedom in 1912. There was some kind of freedom. Freedom to exist and explore the ancient world and discuss it. And I think that the education and just the whole system in general changed with World War blank and blank. Everything. Medicine used to be so advanced in the past, especially ancient medicine, as we're told, Chinese medicine, but even Western medicine. Royal rife, just healers all over the place. Leaps and bounds compared to the stupid, non-curing system that we have today. Anyway, here we are, supposedly in 1912, the expedition of a Captain Robert Scott, Great Scott, and I've heard about Admiral Byrd, but I never heard Admiral Byrd say anything about ancient ruins. So here we are. This is just a fresh share. I can't confirm at this point, but it sure looks like Antarctica, and it looks like there's a lot more ruins up here. pyramids buried. So as if I didn't already want to go, now I really, really want to go, and am also extra pissed because there is still a treaty in place that forbids the common bastard like myself from visiting this land. Who would I bother? Penguins? I don't even see penguins. And I wish I hadn't cropped this. I mean, I can see it, but you guys won't see this mountain.
This
and
part
another
is ridiculous
foot or
coming up
so
in a
of this
second.
column. And what a superior
Shocking.
column. Look at this baby. Surviving the blast. What a blast. And what ruins.
Dumb shit right here.
Probably most of it buried, as we see in all of our examples in the regions around us. But nobody's going to be coming out here. I think that the elite, they usually boast how they take little
The
trips
faucet,
out here.
that part comes
and
up.
This makes more sense. This is much more interesting. They would love this, to share this amongst each other. Their little elite secret. Well, here we go. It's not a secret today. Here, a carving, I think. Carving of a penguin in stone. This area just really seems to have been melted. It's looking very drippy. Just a cooked out area, but this penguin, maybe his aerodynamics shielded him from
What's up,
the
G, bro?
blast.
You serious?
I don't know, of course. Here we can see a little hull. Here again, some ruins. Looks like a massive wall back here. Huge wall extending all the way to over here. Giant blocks leaning on their side. It looks like they've been knocked over. And look up here, just all of it. I'm like a child at a candy store right now. Just very exciting. Look at the base. Oh, I cropped it again. You're not going to be able to see the next tier down here. You could watch his
He could have
video.
easily
Hold
stopped
up.
this at any point and
looks like
fixed
this
it.
piece is kind of
It's a
melted and
pre-recorded,
blocked
edited
over
video. It doesn't make
this
any fucking
other
sense
one.
at all.
I'm not sure. Just fascinating in every way. And I'm glad I didn't watch this video. Oh shit. This is and isn't what I was expecting.
Yeah,
I mean,
Chalky
of
does
course it
laugh at
is,
one point in the
and
video.
yet I wasn't expecting it. Again, I've cropped out the damn top. The peak is a little bit higher up here. So here we go. Here we go. 1912 pyramids, looking more like the South American style pyramids. But I don't know. This is just one picture. Here we see some other kind of structure that's been busted, one side of it at least, and just amazing ruins and artifacts just everywhere, scattered, really intricate shapes.
If the dude
I
who
could
posted
sing.
this video is a
is
troll, he's
song-worthy, is it
incredible.
not? I'll spare you the
He
song.
got him to make an entire
this
video
kind
about
of
this.
looking natural, but this not. And this really lending to the idea that these giant icebergy things are just buildings. This clearly being a building and just not covered with enough ice and snow. Maybe ultimately that was a cover-up. Maybe that's what they use part of the military budget for, just going out here and hosing these structures down so they look like ice. I don't know, but this all looks like structures. All of it. And how about this? This is absolutely structures. Here's an archway. Beautiful concrete. Beautiful material here. And this goes up another, I don't know, probably 10 feet, and then it's busted, like the roof's busted off. These are absolutely in ruins. And you know, now I'm just intuitively feeling that this is what happened to everything all throughout the realm. Everything got rocked by heat and then covered with snow. And just down here, everything melts. And we have a lot of flooding. And up here, in theory, there isn't the flooding. There's not the burying. Everything is still preserved in its post-destructive phase. And this really reminding me, this architecture, even though it's melted and dripping, as we can see right here, this really reminding me of the palace in China, the Winter Palace. I don't know why. I see it here. I see that this would have felt kind of like the Winter Palace. How interesting that this is in Antarctica. Maybe that's why they call the Winter Palace, because clearly China is not always wintry. And speaking of winter, sorry.
You know,
if
he
you
was
can hear the
excited about
wind,
this video
it's
too
just
because he
raging,
usually only posts videos on Sunday,
whatever.
but for this one,
Here I stared
he
at this
uploaded it
photo
on like
earlier.
a Thursday
Are
or
these
something.
bones? I don't
So
know.
he was like
Is it
super
metal? Some
excited about
ruins
this.
and bones. And this thing is a pedestal. I should just stop the screen recording and just recrop it, but I don't want to ruin my flow. Here again, a pedestal, and this time we have more of the obelisk, but it stops, I don't know, 2 or 3 feet past this point. And these seem legit to me. These seem, but I just don't know. I would have to look into this exploration a lot more, and I will. This is just phase 1. As you know, I make my videos in real time. There's no script. Of course, I've done some research before this, or I wouldn't have been inspired to share as I am right now. Look at this thing. And once again, just how I was blown away
Research
by
to him
the
is just
pyramid.
watching
I have a
YouTube videos and
feeling
sharing them.
I'm going to be blown away again if this
It's literally what he
is
does.
true. What I need to do is take some screenshots and do a reverse image search.
Should have been the first
I'll
thing
do
you did.
that after we go through these. So really, no doubt columns almost crystallizing, almost looking like ice like we see here. And eventually, it's like everything does return to what looks like ice. Could this exploration have been the hosing off of these or the destroying? Oftentimes, just like the World's Fair, even, we get one showcase and then the eradication, the destruction of everything. Is that what we're seeing here? Was Robert Scott part of this initial crew sent in to seek and destroy? And how interesting. I don't know if you could see that down there in the bottom, how I'm moving in between 2 screens, but it looks like a building with the columns around it. Okay, now we're really looking like the Winter Palace. Or just anything. This could be in India, Peru, and we can see how it's all buried. And we know that they smudge. Greenland is not covered with ice. That's what they want us to believe, and this is what we have going on. Terraced cities that have fared very well. I'd live in one of these. Patch it up. I don't know how I'd heat it. Doesn't look like there's trees around here. Lending to the credibility of this being where it is purported to be. Oh shit, it's so windy. It's affecting the internet, or you know who doesn't like this. Let's go ahead and take a pause. I'll recrop the screen and we'll watch the second half. Okay, I think I'm back.
This guy doesn't even have a
and
job.
Hopefully we can see
Like,
the
this
full
is
screen.
making videos is the
Here's
only thing he has to
title
do,
of
and he
this
couldn't
video,
just recop
and
it from the
the
beginning.
mind-blowing,
Nothing he does makes sense.
massive ruins of Antarctica. Down here looking like smaller brick-sized, but up here just becoming massive. Cyclopean, as it's referred to in the mainstream. My sink has a drip. I'm gonna have to go and get a little rubber washer. For the second time, my water must be really hard. It is. It's shit. In here, just a scattered pile of blocks and even thinner parts that look like metal. I'm not sure. This is so cool. I'm so excited and upset at the same time.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
And here, are these men left over from the past civilization? I don't think so. Of course, I don't think so. But
These
they
parts
look
coming up
very
is why I
exotic,
made this
that's
video,
all.
dude. It
Just
gets
very exotic. And
unbelievable.
standing
Look
in
at
front of
this.
these beautiful ruins. So machine-like. Look at this. Some ball that has fallen over, and I don't know. Let me know if you have any idea what this could be. It just looks like more than a building or a monument. Really looking like a machine, maybe laying on its side. Even they're interested. And wow, super cool.
He shows his
Again,
friend at the end of
in
this
the
video. He shows his
Southwest
friend
and all over the realm.
pictures of people
Everything
that look
seems
just
to
like
have been
that.
buried, so we
It's
wouldn't
incredible.
recognize something like this. Many people just say, "Oh, natural formation." But look
The
at
THC
what
starts wearing off at
lies
some
at
point,
the
and he starts
very
questioning it
base
for a minute.
and in ruins. I don't think that any of this look like this. No. Again, polygonal.
Shout out
No.
Sherry.
Cooked out and melted into this polygonalism. Here it is, once again. Last time, where were we? On the coast of California. Look at this pipe going through this. You can see it, right? And this is just kind of melted. Unbelievable today. I don't care where these are. I would be fascinated. And the fact that it's said to be in Antarctica. Just total mind blower today. Again, I don't think that this was built like this. We see intricacy and the condition that it's in, just rendering it into what looks like loose rock, but with very flush faces. I love stuff like this. And I still think our research is obscure enough. I mean to say, I think we're 20 years
He has to have
ahead
some pretty good
of
weed
the
to make this
masses
video. I
pulling
mean,
their heads out of
I'd
their
definitely like to
asses.
try it.
Look up here. Look at this entryway, like a little Petra, but a massive one, super massive, and just remains, and all this remains. It's almost looking like a little house, but it's a ruin. Here, some sort of column laying in the water. Again, 1912.
This part is
Captain
ridiculous.
Robert
Like
Scott.
this
Good
doesn't look
old
anything.
Bob.
It looks like
And
rocks,
the
if anything.
ruins,
But it's
very
clearly
ruin-like, not natural.
it's distorted.
An
Like it doesn't make
excellent
any sense
transition.
how he's saying that these are
Transition
like buildings.
from clearly man-made architectural wonders and ruins to what we would be told is natural stones, ice, even. And I don't think so. This is a city. In the past, we've looked at the glass beaches, of course, in California, but there's glass beaches in the Arctic regions as well, with
It somehow
just
gets worse than
gorgeous
this.
green, emerald-like glass. I bet there's the same kind of glass around here. And we see some dots. You see dot, dot, dot. And those could be crop dots. Recently, there's been much exploration into exposing the manipulation of photos in the past. And this is one of the signs that are often left behind. Crop spots, sometimes numbered. And it could be. Here again, we see pyramids. This would be the perfect image for them to crop. But I don't think they had any intentions for these photos to
Shout
be
out
shared
Daydreamers.
with the public.
Shout out Michael A.
This was from 1912, we are told. Looking as if this is taken from inside a structure. I see columns on either side, I'm not sure. And here, just some random ornate column in the tundra. And again,
Okay, yeah, this
some
part is
sculptures now.
unbelievable. I'm gonna take my face off. in a minute.
Now lending to what these people look like, how they dressed. Very advanced. This is awesome.
Right.
You see the meltage here of what was once a structure. Why do some things survive? I don't know. Could just simply be the shape that they possess protects them from some plasmatic outpouring. Unbelievable. What if everybody knew such things are to be found in Antarctica? Is that not a game changer? Would people not demand the rights to go for 50 nations to drop their BS treaty, keeping the average man away from this land? And this is what I always suspected. I had no doubt, but I just didn't think I'd see the pictures. I really didn't, let alone have the opportunity to share. And really transitioning. Again, the shape may have preserved it, but clearly melted down, a little disfigured. And what? Unbelievable. Here again. Here a resident in stone. And down here at his navel, it looks like the turtle in the never-ending story. Here, an inhabitant of this city in ruin, in stone. Just actually a beautiful statue, really. The detail on the beard, in stone. This is a big deal today.
Yeah, shout out Brown Boy
I
for that
don't know
shrimps
if
comment too. That's
it will
hilarious.
be perceived as big of a deal as I see it. Probably not. And that's just fine. Here it is. This guy looking like Santa Claus, but it also looks like there's some cropping here. I'm just not sure. Why would you even crop this? Why would anyone even want to portray this? This is clearly something
I
that
blocked the
has never
THC
been
part. It's wearing
portrayed
off. He's
by
questioning it now.
anyone in the mainstream.
We can look at that Social Blade after
Maybe
this
for
too,
a
if I
movie?
remember.
I don't know. Do these shadows work? Kinda. Yeah. Light source coming from over here. And this guy looking like a Viking, if I'm seeing this correctly. Willie Nelson pigtails on each side. Looking like a great warrior and also very peaceful. This is clear, even after this cataclysm. And it really is just seeming like Planet of the Apes or something.
Don't make no
I
sense.
must suspend my disbelief and my belief at the same time. Down here
It
it
looks
says
like
something. I've cropped
clay
it,
before you start
unfortunately.
like
You know how they do? They
sculpting
write
into it to
stuff
give it
down
detail.
here,
It's just
and it's
like
actually written
smooth.
really nice. Actually adding legitimacy to the photo. Let me show you real quick. So you see there? Oh, I wish that would go away. But anyway, you see something written. Something A-D or I don't know what. Just mind-blowing, that's all. This guy also looking like some kind of warrior. Really advanced. All of this. None of this being even slightly
What
from a
what
primitive
is advanced
people.
about any of
This
it
photo
of
not
those
coming in
statues?
as well
They're
for
wearing
some
like
reason. And
alpaca
down
fur
here
or
we see
something. I don't know. Like how
structures.
confused.
And here I think it looks like perhaps photoshopping. I'm not sure. More structures with writing down here. Zoomed in a little closer, I think. Terraces, perhaps the tops of buildings.
You're a
Maybe
stupid
this is up
dumbass.
on the mountaintop where the snow is much deeper. And actually, this is interesting. There's like ships encapsulated in ice, some sinkholes, and perhaps these ice over and become some of these formations that we see. I mean, the truth is, it doesn't snow much in these regions. There is a point, and here are some other ones at the end of his video, really good ones. And he's put his cue cards on top here, so it's kind of blocking the image. I don't know if I can get rid of that. But what we see is a ship frozen in the ice. You see it, right? Just what I was talking about. The ship is frozen in the ice. We see the sails sticking out. We see another ship over here sticking out of the ice, and some kind of animal that clearly doesn't live in this area now. An ibex, maybe? Super cool.
It doesn't
right
look anything
up
like an
till the
animal.
end. So yeah,
How can you think that when
go
you see
check
that?
out his video.
I'm so
Tell
confused.
him we enjoyed it, and we'll end this
Tell him
segment
we enjoyed
here.
it.
This next segment is with an old high school friend.
Yeah,
he doesn't know anything
seems
about
drunk
this
in this
subject,
segment.
and it was a fun experiment.
He's like yelling the entire time.
Yeah. Look at this, Amars. Look at this. So I need to talk to your parents. I need to be like, what the hell? Why does it look like Hiroshima in 1970 in the Bronx? Hiroshima, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
Why does it look like a war zone? Watch, this is just one picture. Let me show you. Here's Russia. Here's a little Russia action. Doesn't that look Russian, this picture?
Yeah.
I think this guy is showing how you have flooding all over the world. And here we have like, are those like, I don't even know what we're seeing here. The people are the weirdest thing.
Dude, did you look in the fucking mirror, you stupid muppet?
I'm guessing that's China. I don't know, but I think it is. And this is definitely Russia. So there's like flooding everywhere. This looks like India. I don't know. And just a
Look
lot
at
of
all of
fake
these people. How can you
I
possibly
really
think this is
they've
real?
stuck a lot of fake people in these pictures. These are really weird.
Dude,
Look at these.
he's showing his
people.
friend this. He's drunk. He
Look
seems
at
like he's
that.
drunk
They
just
look
showing
like
his friend from
this
high school this
person
about
look-
it being his
This
friend.
person looks so old. Do you see that?
So weird.
This
Let me take my
person
face
looks
away.
like 120 years old. 200
120.
years old right here. This person looks like 150 years old. Do you see that, Amars?
150.
Do you see how old those people look?
Yep.
It's not the best resolution, but these people look
Holy
really,
shit.
really old, if not dead. But actually, they look alive. I see their souls in their eyes, but they are really, 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 really old. And look at this guy. This guy's like a cowboy.
A cowboy.
But it looks like he has no hands. Mars, are you there? Gus.
Yeah.
Oh, you disappeared. I just thought you got disconnected.
I need the light.
Blinded by the light. You know that song?
Blinded by the light.
Blinded by the light, I think is what they say.
Coffee for sale on Amazon.
Can't believe that song. Here we have Easter Island. Okay, I'm gonna cut the stream. We have 1 minute left of the stream.
What? Really?
Well, we can do another one, but it's telling me that the recording is gonna stop in 1 minute.
Oh shit.
But that's all right. That was good. I think that was a good sesh. I think we totally accomplished what I was hoping that we would accomplish.
Well, that was ridiculous, but it was fun. I thank you for
He
joining
literally
me
had
this
his
week.
friend on there for no reason.
Do have a blessed day.
All he did was say
I
yeah.
love you all, and I'll see you soon. I think this week's video is kind of a complete fail. It starts out really emotional. It has very little structure, but perhaps it's just a video about me. I hope you enjoy. And of course, welcome.
One pathetic sob story later.
This video is already starting poorly. It's about 6 in the morning, and I just woke up from a nightmare. I left my dog in the car in my dream, and I was distracted by family and friends, and there had been some kind of chemical accident. And the nature of a dream is so strange. Everything was going well, and then I began to lose it. And my mom came in with my dead dog holding him. And this is what I woke up from today. Dreams. Even animals have them. And what is the true nature of a dream? Certainly tying into this reality. Sorry. And I've always felt alone in my pain. Nobody understands your pain. Even upon awakening, the dreamer still thinks he's in the dream. When my last dog died, I wanted to die too. And I left my old life and everybody that I knew and started a new life at age 30. Up until this point, I feel as if I had lived 3 lives. And if I would have died, that would have been just fine. The nice thing about wanting to die is we are stripped of our ego.
Flashback.
I love our research, or at least mine, and I really
Stripped
love
of our
this
ego.
kind of research. I don't know if anybody in the world is looking at Bandelier National Monument, at least the way that I am.
End of flashback.
And we can suddenly take a risk in things that we were afraid to do before. And I moved out to my land in a camping trailer and started from there. And I don't know, perhaps this dream was good. Perhaps it has softened my heart. I wish I could tell you my whole story, but it's so long. It seems like many lifetimes. You're probably thinking what a strange little video John is doling out this week. And yes, it is. I'm 44,
Shout out, Marley.
and I feel like it begins when I'm 3, and I don't think I could ever fit it into a video. Maybe whatever sabotaged my nice sleep also sabotaged my computer.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
There's a video where he complains about people not coming to his store in the town he lives in, and it's because he's serving this like unhealthy garbage to people, and he's expecting people to like look at the amount of whipped cream on this, and he expects people to just come there and eat that every single day. Like, it's disgusting. I'm sure it's good every once in a while, but you know what I mean? It's a small town.
This guy is fucking stupid.
And I often saw myself as a Pinocchio. And it's very upsetting to hear people propagate lies. Lies are evil, and so I will shed light on lies.
Silver-tongued talker, right? Oh, I'm just going to say it one way, and hopefully you'll believe it, even though that's not the truth. And that's literally what's happening here. The guy's a liar. The guy's a fucking blatant liar and lying to everyone. But people are believing it because they don't know any better.
All right, so yeah, that's pretty fun. That's not the first time that John has done this, where he's presented false information in one of his videos. It's happened at least 6 times that I can think of off the top of my head. I mean, I used to have a better archive of things on my old phone, but I got a new phone and some of my stuff is gone. But yeah, I'll show you real quick one of his other videos where he looks at some fake website talking about. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear that. My cat's in heat right now. Sorry about that, but yeah, he let's see here. He goes to some website that's obviously fake and thinks it's real. It's ridiculous. So nothing against John personally. I mean, the thing is, when he first started doing research, he used to say like, "I don't know." He would always claim that he didn't know. He would never say, you know, this is that or this is that. He would always be neutral. The problem is, as he grew, as his channel grew, he started saying, "This is this is that," and then he does things like that Antarctica video without taking 5 seconds to look into what he's talking about before he does it. He's just getting lazy. I don't know what's causing it. Like I said, he's talked about how he wants to work at a gas station, or he can work at a gas station to sustain his life. He also talks about how much money he makes in a video. We could check that out in a second too. But yeah, in this video, he goes to some obviously fake website and reads it. It's ridiculous and hilarious. I won't play the whole thing, but we'll watch the beginning of it at least. And he censors out the beginning for absolutely no reason. What is the point of this part? Like, you can't see shit that's going on. Doesn't make any sense. He's hilarious. Like, he doesn't even have to try to be funny. He's one of the most hilarious people on the planet to me. When I'm at work and I listen to his videos, I'm like cracking up. It makes my day a lot better. So thank you, John.
Welcome.
The dog.
And today I'm just exploring some random topics. I'm going to try an experimental video. And if you haven't seen the latest Global Vision video, right here, must see Fairy Tale from Sochi.
Stavely's
And a
karaoke
really
is,
fascinating
it's unbelievable that he posted on the
video.
internet.
He talks about the meaning of this Sochi opening ceremony.
Oh, my bad. I
and
forgot
just
about
really
the Sochi part.
fascinating
This part's weird, but it's not what I'm trying to show you. Yeah.
The
You can watch
story.
It's called Modern Controllers if you want to watch the whole video, but he just talks about the Sochi Olympics and says it represents something. I can't remember exactly what it represents in his mind, but this is the part I'm talking about.
Or those in the know.
And he always finds like the most random channels. See, what he does is he watches YouTube videos and then he represents it on his page, which is cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. It's just people who sometimes think they're defending him. They say all you do is take clips from other channels and post it on YouTube. It's like, dude, the guy you're defending, that's all he does too, and there's nothing wrong with it at all. Obviously, people don't have time to watch all these videos, so it's nice when someone else watches videos and puts it together so it's, you know, compact. But anyways, getting off topic here. Yeah, he finds these random channels with like no subscribers and no views, and they always have the funniest names.
Recently posted a video here, and it was really interesting. I mean, seldom do we get a glimpse of the ruling hand or those in the know. It seems like everything is done behind the curtain. And here in this video, she shares a link with another
Look
channel.
at the title of the video, Hot Diggity.
And I'm actually watching that video right now. You see here the most important thing you've never heard. And she shares an amazing website.
Just
that
imagine
seems
thinking this is
very
real when you see it. It doesn't make any sense.
much in the know, seeming to be a controller website, speaking to other controllers in a very coded way. If one were to stumble across this website without any frame of reference, it would make no sense. But let's just have a little look at the opening statement. This site serves as an official external communication vehicle for the World Governing Council, in the Wetton upper chamber. If you've been directed here for instruction, note that most messages are intentionally
Just wait.
obscure. If you have difficulty understanding a particular message, you may reach out to the Luxembourg
part right here,
Cathedral
reading
on
this.
Node 9 of the Forgotten Frequency. After
As soon as you
authentication,
read that, like,
you may receive additional instruction. In the upper chamber, we often
messy
say
hair
debate is
mugshot.
required, respect
He does look
dissent
hilarious on this
is
episode.
allowed, and betrayal is death. Bear this in mind as you read the
So, yeah.
instructions written here
This
and
is the kind of thing he does
by the time
on a regular
information
basis.
is
We can watch
posted
more of
here,
this.
the
Yeah, this
debate
part's-
is
this
over
hilarious
and
to me.
dissent
We'll
has
watch a
been
little bit more.
noted. Best regards, Somerset Belanoff. So very
Shout out
interesting.
Somerset
We see
Belanoff.
the fleur de lis right here. And all of these posts are just mind-blowing and very coded and worth an investigation. But as I continue in this lady's video, she is now talking about who is this person? Well, let's have a little look. Now, I've always expected this moment to arrive when we would start looking at.
See, this is what makes it worse when he does this. He can't just like present the information and continue. He has to add this extra thing on top where he's like, I always knew, or I always had this feeling. And it's like, dude, you're looking at a fake, obviously fake website, and now you're digging a deeper hole for yourself because you're making it seem like it's some kind of revelation or something, which ties back into the whole ego thing. Like the John Levi I remember from the beginning didn't have a big ego, and nowadays it seems like he does have an ego sometimes, but other times he's uncomfortable, which is maybe why he's posting less videos. I'm not sure. I also maybe think he changed his mind on some subjects, but based on this last video, it just seems like maybe he's confused or something else is going on in his life. I don't know, but let's continue.
The controllers, and things would begin to make a little bit more sense. There'd be no purpose in discovering the controllers if we didn't know the backstory. And I think 2019 was all about the backstory. I think it's clear as could be. And here we can have a little look at Somerset Belanoff, Countess of Banbury. She is the third cousin of Queen Elizabeth II, and she is also the current head of the World Governing Council, as well as the Chief Executive Officer of the World Security Office. Never heard of either of these administrations.
Yeah, if you put him on before bedtime, you're
She
definitely going to
sits
sleep.
unchallenged atop the Illuminati
I love John too.
hierarchy,
I wish the best for John.
and she
but
rules
he's
with the
hilarious.
iron fist. She has consistently demonstrated a willingness to track down and destroy those hostile to her agenda. Her motto is, debate is required, respectful dissent is allowed, betrayal is a death sentence.
Yeah, so basically, he ended up going to another website where it talks about eating flesh and stuff. It's an obviously fake website. I forget what it's called though. But yeah, I mean, we don't have to watch the whole thing. I'm trying to see if I can find it real quick. But yeah, pretty ridiculous. But we'll look at one more example of when he's done this, where he's, looked at obviously fake stuff and presented it as real information. Then he never goes back and fixes it later or says he's sorry or anything like that. Yeah, so in this video, he looks at obviously fake stuff and claims that it's real. I mean, you get it by now, but I'm just going to document this. He's known for deleting videos, so that's the reason that I made that super cut of that first video, because I feel like that one's just, it's I don't know, it's really, really bad. So he might delete that once he reads the comments. Some of the comments were supporting him and other comments were against him. I didn't read that many, but I kind of checked him out a little bit. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, so this first part here, he goes to an obviously fake YouTube page. We'll watch the intro too. His intros are pretty funny usually. But the first part he goes into is like he watches a video of a guy getting gold out of a river and he thinks it's real for some reason.
Are we a creation? And if so, what other races, and I mean specifically non-human, may exist? Today we'll touch on this idea and see what can be seen in both past and present. Welcome.
Yeah, this is not an easy episode to make it through. Shouts out to everyone who's sticking through it.
Now, this was a weird channel that was shared with me by Zal Moxis. Thank you, Zal. And it was after I'd been talking about the California gold rush. We were told that gold was simply littered all over the place, and I had proposed that it was the remains of a past civilization.
These are the types of videos that
parts
like
of
middle
old
schoolers
buildings,
watch and stuff.
infrastructure.
So it's really weird that he presents
We've
this.
also discussed gold could be the veins of either trees or beasts, large forms of life, and gold being a byproduct of death. Uncertain, but this guy goes out and finds gold just laying all over the place, and emeralds and rubies. And I believe he's Russian. I don't understand a word he's saying, and I wish I did. And I usually just watch these videos
So he just gets,
bewildered.
he just gets
Sometimes he
stoned and
pulls
just
up
watched videos
chunks
where he
of
doesn't
gold so
understand what's
large
going on and then
that I
presents
wonder
it.
why he even bothers with smaller ones that we see in other videos. Here he's found a giant diamond, and just mind-blowing, and really reminding me of what they used to say about the gold in California. Just laying around, laying in the rivers, on the banks. And now what? He's found some grails and plates of gold. And if he's in Russia, I'd imagine he's somewhere in the
Yeah,
north.
but you get it. He basically falls for the gold thing. Let's check out some of this other stuff. The chest heads. I think he says, I think this is a video where he's, hold on. Yeah, I think this is the video where he presents that fake chest face thing, and he's like, "We're gonna show you a real one at the end," but I'm not sure because he talks about random stuff in every single video, so it's
And he
kind of hard
gets
to keep track.
into these types of images, seeming to be a people with no head, or at least not the kind of head that we have. Their head is built into their chest, and perhaps their brain is their heart, which would make more sense. And the hair grows off the back, and we're actually going to see a real photo of such a creature, or possibly in a minute here. And then we have grand creatures with these large ears. Very interesting, because as a youth, I always drew creatures with large rabbit ears. And here it looks like they're sacrificing babies to the beasts. And again, a seahorse, seeming a little more flexible than our modern day
So yeah, he got this from Martin Lee Kid's channel more than likely. Main feature. Yeah, this is what he says is the real picture of those chest heads.
people.
I
Really?
used to actually have it saved somewhere with the picture that this is photoshopped from, but this is not real. For anyone who thinks it's real, it's not. But yeah, so we won't really watch much more of this video. I don't think what the hell. I don't think there's much else in here. I mean, to me, all of his videos are funny. Oh yeah, this part where he talks about the guy who had the museum, and it's like some creepy pasta part where he's saying the guy gave the house away to an orphanage, and the only deal was they couldn't open the basement, and then once the orphanage was gone, they were going to demolish the building. Then they opened the basement and they found all these cryptids inside, which it's clearly like one of those Reddit stories or something. Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, you get it. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought I could handle more John Levi, but he's a little bit boring. let's take a break real quick from John Levi and check out this interesting clip. From the other day. And it's of a stuffed beagle.
I gotta let the dog out. He's going bazonkers.
Cameras.
Bruh.
All right.
So Campbell, tell me a bit about your background and how you got into Tartaria, and like, you know, also throw in a story about being a schoolboy in there. What was it like when you were young? You know.
Yeah. Oh man, I was born. You know, like my first memory of a thought was, "You've dropped me at the wrong place. Come back and get me. What the hell's going on?" Like that was literally my first thought.
You're a stupid.
Shout out Opal Miller.
You share
Okay, I gotta let the dog out. He's going bazonkers.
Cameras.
Tell me a bit about your background and how you got into.
Yeah, so just in case anyone's falling asleep, I figured we could just check that out real quick. It's a little clip. I might make that public later. Shout out Opal for sending that. But yeah. Let's see here. We'll check out this little clip real quick of what I was talking about. I finally found it. It's more John Levi. I'm sorry, but this is a John Levi episode, so maybe we won't have to do this in the future. I plan on breaking him down a little bit more in the future, but not too much. Which one was it? Peru. Yeah, this is just a clip of him talking about how he could survive off working at a gas station, and he also says how much his bills are. I tried to show it in the last stream, but I didn't have the timestamp. Now I do. So it's around here. Horse and buggy.
Sorry, I should be serious and just focus on history. No, I'm just kidding. Fuck history. Really. I really wish I could share what I'm doing in these times.
Sorry about that.
I've built a life that seems... I mean to say it's more important to...
That was a weird edit right there. All right, go back a little bit.
But you know how the ice builds up? Sorry, I should be serious and just focus on history. No, I'm just kidding. Fuck history. Really. I really wish I could share what I'm doing in these times. I've built a life that seems... I mean to say it's more important to have a lifestyle...
That weird cut gets me every
costs
time,
very
that edit
little
right there.
than to make a bunch of money. And that's just my opinion and the way that I've gone about life. While everybody was focused on making money, beginning in my early 20s, I started working out a plan on how to live for almost nothing. That was my goal, at least. It's almost impossible. We still have things we'll have to pay and we'll want to pay for. And it's fine to try to make more money, but if you're just going to piss it away and pay for bills and
Like,
housing, utilities...
He doesn't have a job, so he just
I
has
don't
all the
think it's
time in the
worth it.
world to just
I could
do this
continue
to
living
make
my
a
lifestyle,
cup of coffee. Like,
working at a gas
so
station.
luxurious.
My land and house are paid for. The house cost about $15,000 to build. I made a bunch of videos on it, but YouTube deleted that channel for some strange reason. It was something I used to share with my Patreons while I was building up the catalog. And 20 years ago, my idea seemed stupid to my friends and family, and I was discouraged from seeking another way of life. And these days, I don't think it seems so crazy. My bills are my phone, $100, $30 for water every month. My power is free, solar. I pay about $300 a year for propane for part of my heat and cooking, The other part of my heat comes from my wood burning stove.
So he's gonna tell
And
us
the
how
last
much his
time I
bills are. We
tallied
can
up
check
my
out Social
monthly
Blade and see how much he
expenses,
makes.
they were about $800 a month. I wasn't aware until recently that
800
the
a month.
mortgage.
Let's check out Social Blade and see how much he makes off YouTube per month. Yeah, he said he could work at a gas station. I thought maybe he was working at a gas station and that's why he stopped posting videos so often. Make sure my mic's not muted. There we go. I thought maybe he was working at a gas station. That's why he stopped posting videos. But then he posted that random video on a Thursday, or maybe it was Wednesday. I don't remember which day it was. But okay, here we go. John Levi. Oh, this is not him. There we go. Monthly earnings as low as 155, as high as 2.5. Take taxes about 1,700. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't even have to work at the gas station. Let's see if there's anything else in this Peru video. Not really, but yeah, the whole ego thing with John Levi, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of Robert Suffer too. I like too, and when he first started doing just, I mean, now when he does stuff, it's like he has this weird intros and stuff. My computer's being very slow. I don't even know if the stream's still going. Maybe the stream ended. If it did, I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening right now. AIX is hacking the stream apparently. Jiggle the handle. Wow. So apparently you can rejoin after you restart your computer. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, so for anyone who's still here, I'll just play this clip real quick of John Levi putting red mercury in front of a mirror.
Like repels it. So it doesn't seem to like garlic. For some reason, they.
Hold on. Red mercury.
And now I'm going to show you the applications of this red mercury. First of all, it shuts down cell phones upon a close proximity. And next, what was really interesting is that it has the ability to repel garlic, or garlic repels it. So it doesn't seem to like garlic. For some reason, they produce a counter force to each other. And very interesting. He shows many examples. But this one here was very fascinating. What he does is he sets up a mirror, and I'll leave the link to this video. And here he sets up a mirror behind it, and he drops the red mercury on it. And first of all, the red mercury does not have a reflection. Very interesting. And here he's pointing out like a vampire's blood and how a vampire is not supposed to have a reflection, as if it's some kind of a metaphor for this. And so it's garlic repels this thing, again, similar to a vampire. And he moves the garlic around, kind of chasing the mercury around the plate, completely repelled like an anti-magnetic effect. Secondly, we don't see the reflection of this in the background,
It's so
as you
ridiculous.
can see here in the tiny little window. And very strange that something could
Very strange
actually have the ability to not show up in a mirror. Very fascinating. And he does several experiments, all very low budget, but very transparent.
Yeah, you get it. He's ridiculous. But all right, yeah, I don't know what happened with the lag earlier. I didn't know that I could come back and just start streaming again after restarting my computer. So I just wanted to do that real quick. Have a good night, everyone. Appreciate you.